Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunn again. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge pendant called the Willow Large, 1363.52. There is a smaller size, check it out. Also, beautiful matching wall sconces, check those out too. So let's get into the size of the body of the fixture itself, and that's going to be the bottom part independent of what it's hanging from, which is this, and I'll get into it in just a little bit. So this is 15.8 inches tall, 59.4 inches long. So this is a very large fixture. It's also 18.9 inches wide. So just remember that. The arms on this do not move. It's all fixed. That's just a little detail that you guys should know. Let's get into the overall height. And now we're talking about the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the ceiling itself. So it's the whole thing, incorporating all the parts. If you're familiar with Hubbardton Forge, they have a telescoping rod patent, just like this one. This is theirs. This telescopes into this like an umbrella handle. Where they come together is called a clutch, and there's a little set screw right here. So during your installation, you're going to be bringing this whole thing up and down to get it to where you want it to be. When you have it where you want it to be, you're going to be locking it in by screwing that little tighter with this little wrench that's going to come with it. It's going to lock it into place so it's not going to go up and down anymore. And you'll notice there's a pull-down menu, and it's going to show you the 3 different adjustable ranges you can attain for this. And those are going to be listed there, and we're going to go over them right now too. And remember, this is from the bottom of the fixture to the ceiling itself. So let's get into this. Short is 28.2 to 37.2. Standard is 38.7 to 47.7, and long is 47.1 to 56.1. Remember, bottom of fixture to ceiling. If you need this to be longer than the long, so you need it to be longer than 56 or shorter than 28, email me and say you're looking at the 1363.52, tell me what you need. So you're going to give me a solid number. So you're going to say something like 24 inches overall height, or you're going to say something like 112 inches overall height. I'm going to take your email, it's going to go through Hubbardton Forge's customs department and circle back around to us with a quote. It'll add some time, add some money, but we do it every day, all day long actually. And it's most likely going to come back with a range that can encompass the number that you gave me, unless it's super short and it'll be a fixed. But we do it all the time. So, that said, let's get into this is slope ceiling adaptable to 45 degrees. There's a knuckle right here where the stem meets the canopy. This is the canopy, goes on the ceiling. So it bends just like that. So this is your slope, and there it automatically can go to 45. So there's no, you don't have to customize it to make it slope ceiling adaptable. Canopy on the ceiling is going to be a 5-inch round. It's going to go over your 4-inch junction box. This only weighs 9.4 pounds, so it's very light. It can easily just hang from a box. You don't have to do any other additional bracing. To show you more about that, let's look at the installations instructions on our website. So if you're on the page for this on HandmadeInVermont.com, look over on this side of the screen, midway down. You're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. Open that up for me. It's going to show you guys excuse me, a lot of good information. It's going to show you how the canopy system works, how it goes on here. It's also going to show you how this all goes together. It's super easy. When you have this installed, you want to be there. You don't want to just tell them how high off the ceiling or whatever. You want to be there to see it in action. Ask them, your installer, to leave a little extra wire up in this, just in case you guys ever want to lower this in the future. Okay. So moving on from there, let's talk about really quick the sockets on this. It's going to be using 6 what are called type B sockets, and that's the smaller one like this, okay? And this is going to be encased in metal, all finished just like the rest of it. You can use incandescent bulbs if you guys want to. Hubbardton says you can go to 60 watts in each of those for incandescent. That's because of the heat generated by an incandescent. And then you would be putting it on the old style dimmers. If you guys want to do LEDs, and these are LEDs, really nice ones. So, and this is a flame tip. I think this would look really nice in there. You can use whatever you want when it gets into what's called, the wattage of an LED, because they don't really generate much heat and they use very little wattage to begin with. This is a Torpedo. These are called phosphorus ones, and you can see how they have these little lines of phosphorus inside that will glow. And like I said, you can use basically whatever you can get your hands on. There's also, I don't know if you would use one of these, but this is a G16.5. So it has the same base, but it's just a little like ping pong ball size. So these are all LEDs I found. Okay, well, broke that. Anyway, these are all LEDs I found at my local hardware store. So don't be afraid to experiment with these too. And I talk about the color of light all the time. So when you're out there looking at light bulbs and you're in a store, this is 3,000 Kelvin, or if you're online, This is 3,000 Kelvin. This is the warm light of an incandescent bulb. Pretty close anyway. That's what a lot of people tend to like. Some people like the colder daylight. That's going to be outside, like that outside light or doctor's office light. So when you're out there looking at light bulbs, just remember down here there's a little chart that's going to be in the box. And this is red, that's blue, right? So there's a little, you can't see it, but there's a little tiny arrow pointing down. Lower numbers are going to be the warmer ones. So 2700 Kelvin, 3000 Kelvin is pretty common. That is warm white. That's what this is. That doctor's office light, which some people love, that's going to be 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin. So just make sure you zero in on this thing when you're looking at your light bulbs. Let's get into finishes now. If you're on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a tab. It's going to say Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video on there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be talking about a chart a little farther down on the page. You'll see it next to me here. It's going to kind of go over the differences between heavy forging and non-heavy forging, and it'll be talked about in that video. So it's really important that you kind of watch the video, use the chart. You can click on that chart on different things. So you can click on dark smoke and a big page will pop up and show you lots of different things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel or natural iron, it'll do the same thing. But it's really important that you understand how Hubbardton Forge's finishes are kind of divided into translucent and opaque and how they can look on different fixtures. Our showroom in Vermont has we're up to 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page. It's way up there in those red tabs again, so click on that and you can see what we have to show you. That changes all the time because we're always adding things as they come out. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have an amazing clearance center here too. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you are coming to visit us, bring a good-sized vehicle, something like a big SUV or maybe a small truck or something like that, because you might find something in the clearance center that you want to take home, and it's a lot of fun to go through. 75% off MSRP is an amazing bargain, so you should really take advantage of it if you can. Like I said, we're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. We love to answer emails. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else even comes close to that. Some larger items are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that. It'll be in the description thing, that part of the description underneath on the very bottom. So keep an eye out for that. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes, your adjustable ranges to play with, all those things. We can cut that time in half, and it's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop a quick email, and I can walk you through the whole thing, okay? So if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Love to see you in our showroom sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.